today I am spring cleaning my bedroom using all natural products, and I thought I would take you along with me. I'm a little behind on my spring cleaning this year, but I was excited to start in the bedroom. That just seemed like a good place to start. So the first thing that I did was I just took this laundry basket and I took everything out of the room that didn't belong, and then I moved on to the bedding. I know you're supposed to wash your sheets like once a week, but how many of you do that? I wish I could get better at remembering to do that every week. But probably every couple of weeks is when I remember to do it, or I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. But we actually co-slept with Charlie for the first 2 years of his life, and you can see his little bed that we have in our room now because he sleeps through the night most of the time, but he will still wake up in the middle of the night. But anyway, because we co-slept with him, we have that big stain on the bed from when he peed one time. So gross, I know. I'll get to that stain in a minute. But first of all, I wanted to show you this all natural laundry boost that I made. I have a recipe for this over on my Instagram, but I like to put this in like laundry that I want to be extra white or smell extra good. It works really well and it's all natural, really easy to make, only a few ingredients. And so I'm gonna wash all of the bedding on hot. My washer has a sheet setting, so that's kind of nice. And then I like to open all the windows. It's just so good to get the fresh air in there. And so now I'm moving on to this mattress. So yeah, I have a homemaking book that talked all about like doing this once a year for your mattress. And the first thing they said to do was vacuum it, getting in all of these little crevices and stuff. I never really thought to do that, but it was like kind of dusty on there and stuff. So I swept it, and then I'm going to attempt to get the stain off of this mattress. I know that's so gross, but if you have kids who co-sleep, I think you'll understand. But the all-natural way to get a stain like this off that I was reading about was to put hydrogen peroxide in a spray bottle, and then you just blot it with a cloth like I'm doing here. And my hopes were pretty low because that stain has been on there for a while, and so I really didn't know how well this would work. It actually worked pretty well. It didn't get it completely off, but it is like significantly faded. And I think if I would have done it earlier before the stain was so set in, it would have helped a lot. So there are more like all natural stain removal things that you can do, which I might try at a later date, but I was kind of in a rush. So the next thing I'm doing, you're probably like, what is she doing? So in my homemaking book, she was saying that this is something people used to do like in the olden days a lot, is you just take your mattress out on a sunny day and just let it like basically sunbathe, and it helps to kill off the dust mites. So I had never heard of that before, but I really like that idea because I don't know, like after the winter, things just get all kind of stuffy and dusty, and I thought that just seemed like a good plan. Plus it's nice because we have a door right outside of our bedroom. So, and then I took this sweeper and I just swept off the box springs. And then I'm going to move on to dusting. So I started with our ceiling fan. I feel like people are either very pro or very anti ceiling fans in the bedroom. I'm not really into it, but then if I'm hot on a summer day, I do like to have that fan going because I hate being hot when I'm trying to sleep. So I use this duster very carefully so that the dust didn't get all over the bed that I just cleaned. And then I used my all-purpose thieves cleaner. If you guys haven't heard about this, it's so good. I'm gonna be doing a post soon on like all natural cleaning options because there are a lot that you can do and different price points and things like that. But I do have to say I love the convenience and the smell of this thieves cleaner. So that's what I was using just to wipe everything down. And I use this for literally all the surfaces in my house. So I just took this around to like the dresser and the nightstands and the windows and the mirrors and everything. And there are different like recipes that you can make. Like you can make actual glass cleaner that's streak free and stuff like that with it, but I just use the same old recipe for everything. It's just like 1 capful in water. And then I wanted to thoroughly clean the windows because that's not something that I do super often, especially like the inside part. So I open up the window and I use that thieves cleaner in to get all of that gunk. I don't even know how that gets in there. I guess it's just dirt that always gets trapped there on the inside of the window. So I just used thieves cleaner and the same cloth, and it did a really good job. I probably should have, if I had more time, I could have like taken the whole screen out and everything, but I didn't have time for that. So then I used the brush attachment on my Dyson Do you guys have one of these cordless Dysons? I feel like everyone has one anymore, but it's like the best purchase I've ever made for the house, honestly. And anyway, so this was kind of time consuming, but I went through and swept off all of the blinds. Do you guys like blinds like this? They're not my favorite thing. I really like Roman shades, which we have in other parts of the house, but the blinds came with the house, so you know, they're fine. And then I went through and dusted off things that I just don't dust off very often, like light switches and things like that. And then I moved on to the floors. So the first thing I did was just give the floors a good sweep with my Dyson again and kind of moved furniture out of the way and did all that kind of stuff and just swept all of the dirt off the floor. And then I used another all natural DIY that I shared on my Instagram, which is this carpet freshener. It is so good. I love this. I'm obsessed with this cleaning recipe because it just freshens up your carpet and makes them smell so good. So you sprinkle this on and you can let it sit for like 15 minutes or as long as you want. So I let it sit for longer than that while I was doing other things, and then you just sweep it off. You can even let it sit overnight if you want. But anyway, and then I got the help of Wes and and Charlie. We moved the mattress back onto the bed, put the bedding back on. Like you can barely see that stain now, and it was pretty prominent. So that worked really well. And I actually think being out in the sun might have helped it too. And then I went ahead and made the bed again. And then I used I've been doing a lot of these like DIY cleaning recipes and I'm just really into it. So this was another one that I did, which is this linen spray. And this is kind of like all natural Febreze. So I like to spray this on all of the linens. So I just sprayed it on a like upholstered headboard and the sheets and the curtains and things like that. You could do this with like a lavender blend, and that would be so nice. It'd be like a nice extra touch for a guest room if you had guests staying. It just makes things smell so good. So this is the room all nice and clean and smelling fresh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure that you're subscribed and you can follow me over on Instagram. I'll have links to everything below. See you in my next video. Bye guys.